to Nizzy Sports Chat. I am your host, Nizzy. And in this video, you guys are going to be breaking down last night's matchup between the Toronto Raptors and Boston Celtics. A little preseason action underway yesterday, you guys. And man, was this a good game. Raptors fell a little bit short in the final seconds there and ended up losing the game by a final score of 113 to 111. Right real quick before we start breaking down this game, you guys, if you go ahead and like this video, if you like sporting content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. I've been getting a lot of support lately, you guys, and I greatly appreciate it. It means a lot to me. We're going to keep coming out with as many videos as possible for you guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start breaking down this game. And man, did this game have a feel of what could be in possible playoff matchups here at the end of the season. It had a lot of intensity for a preseason game. The Raptors were down early in the game, able to have a huge second quarter, come back and take the lead with that dagger three from Gary Trent Jr., buzzer beater three ball going into the halftime there to take a 2-point lead. Then we ended up Boston ended up pushing back again in the second half. And then our bench unit basically came out in that fourth quarter and came back into the game. We fell shy by 2 points there. Had a weird play at the end of the game with about 5 seconds to go. David Johnson decides to foul, which puts them on the line to get a 113 to 111 lead. Wasn't too sure the methodology behind that. I'm not sure if Nick Nurse told him to do that or if it was just an accidental foul. But nonetheless, I have a feeling Nick Nurse wanted him to foul because I don't think they wanted to play an overtime game in preseason because that would have been the direction it would have been heading if he wouldn't have fouled him. I think they, like I said, they only had about 5-6 seconds left on the clock, and they were inbounding the ball from their own end. They would have had to run the ball all the way down the court and try and get a last-second heave up there. Instead of going to the foul line. But nonetheless, still an epic finish to the game. Like to see that dagger three ball from Sam Decker there to get us close. And then you've seen David Johnson tie it with that nice mid-range jumper with a little bit of time left on the clock there to tie it at 111. So I liked what I seen from some of the young guns in the key critical situations down the stretch. I thought they played pretty well. Just kept it nice and close with Boston. They had all their starters out there for the most part. And we're still missing a couple guys. Obviously, Siakam, Boucher weren't playing with injury. Had some other guys out. Yuta Watanabe didn't end up playing. I think he's dealing with a small injury right now as well. And a few other guys on top of that. So, Kem Birch didn't play. I think he's in protocols right now. So, we had a few of our big guns not play against them. And the fact that we were able to hold up, keep the game close right to the very end is definitely promising to see. I guess we'll go through some team stats real quick, you guys. Another tough shooting night for the Raptors. That's back-to-back tough shooting nights now on the road. We had 40% from the field goal percentage, 34% from three-point. Had 45 rebounds, so a little bit of improvement from last game, but unfortunately still lost the rebounding battle as Boston had 49 total rebounds to our 45 total rebounds. So we're going to have to pick that up a little bit if we're going to want to win those games. Rebounding is going to be one of the crucial aspects of the game to be able to take home the victories. On most evenings, you're going to have to win the rebounding battle. So far, the first game, we won the rebounding battle. We won the game. Second and third game in the preseason now, we lost the rebounding battle, and we've lost both of those games. Turnovers, clean those up a lot. Comparatively to the first two, we only allowed 13 turnovers in this game, where the first two, I think we had 18 turnovers last game, and then 22 turnovers in the first game. So definitely getting those numbers down a little bit. Still forced Boston into 23 turnovers as well, so we definitely were winning that battle. I think we had 37 points off the turnovers to their 12 points off turnovers as well, so that's a good stat line to see there as well. But we didn't do a very good job holding down Boston in the shooting category. They were shooting at a high clip on us, 46% from the field, 47% from three-point range. Like I said, they out-rebounded us 49 to 45. And they still had 29 total team assists as well, comparatively to our 25. So a nice game from them, just shooting the ball. We got to be a little bit better in our switches and closing out on those three-point shots. They had a lot of open three balls last night that they were banging down with ease. So we're just going to have to do a better job when we do have those switch outs on defense to be able to close out better to the three-point shooter. Just make their life a little bit tougher there to try and bring that percentage down a little bit. We'll go over some player stats as well in that game. You guys had a nice performance from some guys again here. Precious Achiuwa with another nice performance. Had a few flub-ups during the game, a couple turnovers, a couple missed plays. But overall, just a really solid performance from a young gun who is just going to continue to improve and get better. Finished the night off with 13 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and a block. So doing just a little bit of everything for you. Double-double last night, which is nice to see. I think he's going to be one of those staples within our team this year, you guys. He's just one of those gritty, grimy, hard-working guys. And he's got a lot of skills that are, you know, still in the process of being developed right now. His dribbling is actually phenomenal for a big man. Just to see him go coast to coast when he does get the rebounds on the defensive end and be able to go coast to coast and finish it off with either a lay-in, a dunk, kicking it out for three, whatever it may be. I just like that ability from him and not, you know, slowly bringing it up the court. You know, as soon as he gets it, he's ready to run that fast break offense, which is good to see. Van Vliet had another nice performance for us last night, playing, I think, the first 3 quarters, never got out there in the 4th quarter. But he finished off the night with 22 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. So exactly what you want to see from him in a preseason matchup, just steady numbers, steady Freddy as usual. OG had another really good performance. We're really starting to see how much he's improved over the offseason with his shot-making ability and his dribbling ability. 17 points again last night, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Really liked what I've seen from OG and the confidence that he's been bringing to the table so far this season. We're going to need him to step up and be more of a playmaker and more of a bucket getter for us throughout this season with guys like Kyle Lowry not in the fold anymore. And he's stepped up to the plate so far during the preseason. I'm excited to see what this guy can bring to the table for a full 82-game season this year, you guys. Should be a good one for OG. Scotty Barnes had another nice performance. Not crazy point totals, but still 9 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 0 steals, but 2 blocks on the defensive end. So gotta love how many assists this guy is getting. I mean, and that just takes a lot of pressure off some of our other guys who are more of bucket getters than playmakers, guys like Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., you know, just guys like that. Our main point guards aren't going to have to be the main playmaker on the squad. When you got a guy like Scotty Barnes who can come in there as a big man and get 8 assists in a game is just outstanding, especially for a rookie. He's just got such good court vision and passing ability. I think he's going to be phenomenal. I think he could be our assist leader this year. You know, I think he'd easily take that title home. I think he could be a guy who averages 7 or 8 assists a game this season. Wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And that's what you got to love to see, is a guy who's a pass-first mentality, knows how to get the guys in the open lanes for the good passes there, can kick it out for 3. You know, just everything that I've seen from him, his leadership mentality, his positivity out on the field, or out on the floor, sorry. Just loved everything I've seen from Scotty Barnes so far, you guys. He's been doing a great job so far through the first 3 preseason games. I think he's only going to continue to get better here. Gary Trent Jr. with a nice performance in short minutes. I think he only had 20 minutes or so last night. Still finished with 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Just, you know, a solid bucket getter for us. That's what we're going to need from him this season. We don't need him to go crazy in the assist department or rebounds or anything like that. If he can just shoot at a consistent clip, keep it around that 50% mark, 40 to 45% from 3. You know, he can be a guy who can get 15 to 20 points a game for us, no problem, as long as his shooting stroke is hot. But I expect him to have a nice season for us there. He's been playing pretty well through the first 2 games he's played now in the preseason. Champagny with another nice performance. Didn't get a lot of buckets last night, only had the 1 3-ball, 1 rebound as well, but really nice defensive effort with two steals and 2 blocks. This guy's looking like he's going to be making the squad here, you guys. I mean, they've played him in all 3 games so far. He's getting more minutes than some other big-time names like Malachi Flynn, David Johnson, some of the other veteran guys that we've brought in for the back end of our rotation there. He's been getting minutes over all them. So that tells me that he's probably doing pretty well in practices. Nick Nurse is probably really liking what he's seeing from Justin Champagny in the practices. And to me, that's probably why he's getting more playing times than some of these other guys. And he's backing it up with his play in the game as well. He's not playing like a rookie out there. You know, he looks very poised, and I just love his effort and his intensity on the defensive end as well as just being able to chase down those rebounds. So love what I've seen from Champagny so far as an undrafted rookie. Malachi Flynn with a rough go last night, you guys. I think he ended up with 15 minutes total played. 0 points last night. I believe he shot 0 of 6 or 0 of 7 from the field. He was only shooting 3 balls for the most part. Would like to see him get inside the 3-point line a little bit because he does have a nice mid-range jumper as well as a nice floater driving through the lane there. Haven't seen him do too much of that so far this preseason. Same with his playmaking ability. You'd like to see him just take a little more charge when he's running that second unit, not be afraid to get guys set up in the pick and roll, you know, and just kind of take a little more charge over that offense. He's kind of been complacent and just kind of stepping back and letting other guys take over, running the offense. when he's out there with that second unit, I'd like to see him take a little more confidence in his step and just take charge a little bit more. Like I said, he never had any points last night. Did finish the night with 2 rebounds and 2 assists with 1 steal. But we want to see some more from Malachi Flynn, especially coming into his second year in the season, being a first-round pick from last year. You know, we're expecting this guy to step up, so we're hopefully that he can, you know, do that as the weeks go on here. He can start stepping up to the plate and getting a lot better for us, because we're going to need him coming down the stretch. He's pretty much our only bona fide, you know, floor general style point guard comparatively to Fred VanVleet. There are 2 shortest guys on the floor. There are 2 main point guards, other than I guess you could count in Goran Dragic if you wanted to, but I think Malachi Flynn's got a higher ceiling for sure. He's just got to play up to his potential, and I think he'll be just fine for this season. So, and then the last guy we'll talk about for the Raptors, you guys, is Delano Banton. Had a really short bout of minutes last night. They only had him play 5 minutes in the fourth quarter at the end of the game there, but super productive. In those 5 minutes that he did play, he was one of the reasons that we're able to bring it back and almost win the game against Boston last night. And it ended up finishing with a stat line of 7 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists in 5 minutes. So that just shows you how much he's contributed in such a little amount of time on the floor. I mean, he did a better job than Malachi Flynn in 5 minutes than Malachi Flynn had in 15 minutes, having 7 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. So really liked what I've seen from him. He just brings that energy anytime he gets an opportunity to go step out on the floor. He seems to be slowing down. The game's slowing down a little bit more for him now. He's not making as many risky passes as he was in the first couple games, which is good to see. He's kind of learning from those mistakes. And overall, just a good performance from the boys, even though we did lose. It was more so because of that weird foul at the end of the game with 5 seconds left. Otherwise, I think we would have been headed to overtime. But like I said, I got a feeling that the coaching staff told them to foul because I don't think they wanted to overexhaust guys in preseason with going into an overtime game. We'll just give you guys some quick stats from Boston's team real quick. Some of their top guys. Al Horford had 16 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So a nice performance from him. Obviously, that veteran presence that they've been missing, I think he's going to have a nice season for Boston. Marcus Smart being steady again with 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 7 assists. Jason Tatum looked good again in another preseason game here with 20 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. Almost had a triple-double. This guy's obviously their superstar of the team, one of the better players in the league today. So no surprise with his stat line there, and I expect him to have a big season for Boston this year. And then Peyton Pritchard, their second-year guy there, is going to be more of a bench role player for them, had a nice performance. This guy can really shoot it from 3. Ended up finishing the game with 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists. So they had a pretty nice performance on us. We had that one quarter in the second there where we beat them down pretty good. I think it was 43-27. Other than that, we ended up losing the other 3 quarters. But still, good all-around game. Exciting finish. Nice close one right till the end there. I was glad the boys were able to bring it back and just keep it as a close game. You know, we got another one coming up on Monday here, I believe, against the Houston Rockets. Going to get to see a couple of early picks go at it in Jalen Green and Scotty Barnes, so we'll have to see how that matchup plays out. But nonetheless, decent game from the boys. 2 more left on the preseason here before we get our October 20th start date against the Washington Wizards, you guys. Would love to get your guys' opinion in the comments section down below. How do you think the Raptors fared in their 3rd preseason game? And yeah, I would love to get your guys' opinion on why we fouled with 5-6 seconds left in the game. Do you think that Nick Nurse told David Johnson to foul there? Or do you think it was an accidental foul that cost us the game at the end there? You guys would love to get your opinion on that in the comments section down below. Once again, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and every video on my channel. It means a lot to me, you guys. Please go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Thanks for watching the video, and this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Chat. Signing off.